Good morning all. In this video, we will talk about first period aggregation concept in IBP. First, let us understand the usage of first period aggregation. Okay, the name itself says that the first period of a given time span would be displayed at an aggregated level. For an example, let's take the inventory key figure, right? So when we display the data of inventory key figure at a calendar week level, the inventory on the first day of a calendar week should be displayed, right? Likewise, let's say first month of a quarter would be displayed at a quarter level, or the first month of a year would be displayed at a year level, right? So to calculate a stock at the starting of a week or starting of a month, starting of a quarter, we use a first period aggregation concept. Okay, now let's understand the types of first period aggregation. This is almost like your last period aggregation, right? So, and there are two types of first period aggregations. One is static first period aggregation and the other one is dynamic first period aggregation. Let's check the static first period aggregation. Okay, so in static first period aggregation, the data at the lowest level, let's take an example of inventory key figure, which is defined at a day level, which is the lowest level. Okay, so the data at the lowest level would be aggregated to the a static time profile using a first period aggregation. So here let's say the first period aggregation is applied to the technical week. So technical week is our a static output time profile level. Okay, as you see in the screenshot, the inventory key figure is actually defined at a day level and it has a data on each day of a calendar week or technical week. Right, whenever we display a data at a technical week level, what would happen? The first period of the inventory key figure would be displayed at a technical week level. Let's take an example of calendar week 39 or a technical week 39. Both are same here because both are having 7 days. Right, here the first period of a calendar week or first period of a technical week is actually a 23rd of September. The same value would be displayed whenever you view the data in planning view, right? 10 and 10, because that's a first period for the calendar week 39 or technical week 39. Now let's go to the next week, which is calendar week 40 and technical week 40A, right? And you see here, as I said, we are applying a first period aggregation to a static time profile, which is technical week level. So we are not applying a first period aggregation to the calendar week. So here in this example, the technical week is applied with a first period aggregation. Okay. Now, so when we see a technical week 40A, it has only a single day, right? So the same value would be displayed at a technical week level, the 60 value, right? Now again, the technical week 40B, it has 6 days and the first day of a technical week 40B is actually 1st of October. So 70 would be displayed. As you see here, aggregated inventory at a technical week level would be displayed like this. 10 on 23rd of 9th month, right? Again, 60 on September 30th and 1st of October 70. This is how it would be displayed when you display data at an aggregated level, which is at a technical week level. Now, when you display a data at a calendar week level, again within this same static first period aggregation, whereas a calendar week is not applied with a first period aggregation concept. Still, what would happen? The calendar week would still show us a 10 value because that would take the value from a technical week level. That's a sum, right? Now, when you go to calendar week 40, it has two technical weeks, technical week 40A and technical week 40B. What would happen? The value at a technical week 40A, which is 60, and value at a technical week 40B, which is 70, both would be added up together and give us the sum value in calendar week level. That's why we see 130 here. So usually when you apply a calendar week first period aggregation, it should actually display only 60. But the static first period aggregation is only applied for a static time profile level, right? It doesn't apply to all the time profile levels, right? So that's why the calendar week level or a month level, quarter level data would be incorrect because the first period aggregation would not apply there. Okay. Now, how do we configure the planning level for a static first period aggregation? Okay, the root time profile level on the output planning level, right? Let's say a technical week is our output planning level. So what would happen? The root time profile level, which is a technical week, is actually a parent of the root time profile level of input planning level. It means that the time profile level root attribute, right, which is actually above the lowest level, which is actually a day, right? I'll show you in the system how the planning level would be configured, how the static first period aggregation would be configured. Okay, now let's get to the dynamic first period aggregation. So here actually there won't be any root attribute in the time profile levels. We'll have no root time profile level, okay, in the output planning level, right? And in the dynamic first period aggregation, what would happen? You check the data at any level, be it a technical week, be it a calendar week, or be it a month, quarter, or year, right? The first period of that time span would be displayed at an aggregated level. Let's take an example here. You can also compare your dynamic first period aggregation with a static first period aggregation, right? So again, the same thing, right? Inventory is defined at lowest level, which is a day, right? A calendar week 39 and technical week 39, both are same because they are having same 7 days, right? Now, when you display a data at technical week level, what would happen? The value in the first period, which is 23rd of September, would be displayed. The same would be applied to calendar week, which is again 10. Now, when we come to calendar week 40, which has two technical weeks, technical week 40A and technical week 40B, because it has a split week, right? So when you display data at aggregated level, which is technical week, right, 60 and 70 would be displayed. This is almost like your first period aggregation. But when you display a data at a calendar week level, again the first period aggregation concept would be applied here as well. In static first period aggregation, what would happen? The technical week A and B data would be added up together and give you a data at a calendar week level. That was a static first period aggregation. So it is to be 130. But whereas in dynamic first period aggregation, what would happen? It will just take the first period of the calendar week, right? So calendar week 40 has two technical weeks, and technical week 40A is the first period in that calendar week 40. So that value would be considered, right? You see here 60. Okay, as you see here, this is how the dynamic and the static first period aggregation data would be displayed. Now I'll show you how the planning levels would be configured to configure a static FPA and dynamic FPA. Okay, let's get into the system. Okay, so this is the key figure that I created. This is for a dynamic first period aggregation. As you see here, the input planning level is actually at a week product location. So your technical week is the lowest level. Okay, now whenever you display a data at a calendar week level, month level, quarter level, the first period aggregation has to happen dynamically. So it should not happen like a static first period aggregation. You see here, so the output planning level will not have any root attribute for your time profile level. You see, just you have the structural attributes, location ID, product ID, target VM. You don't have any root attribute for the time profile levels. This is same like your last period aggregation planning level. You don't need to create any separate planning level if you're already using a last period aggregation. Okay, same configuration. So this is how the dynamic first period aggregation planning level would be configured. There won't be any root time profile level. Now let's see the static. So this is the example for static first period aggregation. Again, you see here the input level is technical week, product, a location, again technical week, product, location. Technical week is your lowest level, and whereas the output level is a static time profile level, a level above your lowest level. So a level above your lowest level is a calendar week. You can also create a month product location as well. I hope you understand the concept, right? If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Thank you very much. And one more thing, so if you have any doubts on any topic, right, please comment in the comment section. So I'll try to create a video for that topic.